Okay, so originally I was going to follow up the Sonic 2 video with Sonic CD, however, some ideas that I have for that video and the fact that Halloween is coming up made me want to hold off on it for a little bit. So, as a result, this became the next video on the docket. With that said, I hope you enjoy. I think we can collectively agree that Super Mario Bros. Was great, right? Well, it seems the people back then definitely did, as Nintendo's new mascot set the world ablaze and revolutionized the gaming industry, so naturally a sequel was inevitable. After releasing the first game, the devs would make an arcade version of the game called Vs. Super Mario Bros., which, because of it needing to be a coin goblin, had much harder levels made for it, and the team seemed to enjoy making them. So you're the reason that lost levels exist, you son of a— Shigeru Miyamoto, who created Mario and directed the first game, found himself to be a rather busy man during this time. Unfortunately, he was so busy that he couldn't return to direct the sequel. He would work closely with Nintendo R&D4 as a sort of guide that helped him through the process of making the game at least. The basic idea of the sequel was simple: Super Mario Bros. For super players. Make a new Mario game using SMB1 as a base with harder level design and some new content. If you've ever seen footage of the lost levels and wondered why it looks so near identical to the first game, well, that's why. This game is effectively just a ROM hack with new levels, updated sprites, and the worst level design I've seen from an official Mario game! Jesus Christ, this game sucks. Like, back in the Mario 1 video, I know that I mentioned how I don't think that there is a bad mainline Mario game made by Nintendo. Well, let's just say that one happened to slip my mind. It's not because the game's controls are bad or it looks bad. No, I just hate the level design in this game. Like, I'll go into the specifics later, but fuck! Okay, let's finish this section of the video before I lose it. Super Mario Bros. 2 released in June of 1986 in Japan and wouldn't see a release in North America until 2007 on the Wii Virtual Console. Now I know what you're wondering. Why such a big gap in time? Well, let me tell you. Nintendo of Japan sent a copy of the game over to Nintendo of America for review and approval. Howard Phillips, who was pretty much the single guy who reviewed games for release in North America, ultimately rejected the idea of this game releasing here as well as Europe. The reason he cited was the difficulty. The game was just too similar looking and too difficult that he was afraid that releasing this as the sequel to Nintendo's most popular game at the time could kill their momentum just after reviving the North American video game industry. We would eventually get a sequel to the first game, but that'll be a topic for next time. The lost levels would eventually see releases over here, although mostly through ports. First there was Super Mario All-Stars, a collection of 16-bit remakes of the NES games for the Super Nintendo. Then there was the inferior port in Super Mario Bros. Deluxe on Game Boy Color. I'll tell you this right now, if you're thinking of playing this game at all, if you haven't already, play the All-Stars port. The Famicom original is just not nearly as forgiving, and God, I don't even want to think about playing this game with the god-awful screen crunch that Deluxe brings. As for my personal experience with this game, well, I've played this game more times than necessary. I've beaten this on my physical copy of All-Stars, I've also beaten it on the Switch Online port of All-Stars. I've also beaten the 8-bit original at least once before, so this is going to be my 4th rodeo with this game. Alright, this is Super Mario Bros. 2, The Lost Levels. Kill me. Upon starting the game, you'll notice that there are some differences from the original. First off, there's no 1-player and 2-player selection. No, those have been replaced with a Mario game and a Luigi game. The difference is how they play. Mario plays exactly like he did in the first game, while Luigi, for the first time ever I believe, has a higher jump and his trademarked piss-poor traction. Depending on who you choose to play as, they can make certain parts of the game either easier or more difficult, so really just pick your poison. You're also likely to notice that we haven't even started the game, and a Paracoopa is already jumping across the screen. Let that be a sign of things to come. Well, let's start off with the presentation, and yeah, this looks just like the first game again. The ground tiles are different, and the hills and clouds have eyes now, but other than that, it's not much different. I do like the redrawn Super Mushroom sprite though, so props for that. You'll also likely encounter something new within the first level here. This dark mushroom? I wonder what that could... Piss. Yeah, this is the poison mushroom, which might as well be a new enemy in the game, and believe it or not, that's actually it for new power-ups. Yeah, it's just everything from the first game, and the poison mushroom. I'll tell you this right now, though, don't ever expect to be Fire Mario in this game. I straight up never was able to hold on to a super mushroom long enough to get a fire flower. The level design of this World 1 is definitely a lot more difficult than the World 1 of the first game. If I had to gauge it, I would say that this is about on par with World 6 from the first game, and it's only gonna get more difficult from there. Although here's a new concept, flying bloopers. At least you can stomp on them when they aren't in the water, so that's neat. And why are they pink, or... Wait a minute, what color is that, actually? Yay, Death Loop! The castle here in World 1 is pretty difficult, but get ready, because this game has no new boss fights. Yeah, that's right, it's all Bowser again, and there's not much else to him, so just beat him and rescue Toad, only be told to fuck off, the princess is in another castle. World 2 is off to a pretty simple start, and whoa! Spring make me go wee! That definitely wasn't in the first game, and shit! Look at this though, you can skip a massive portion of the level and shit, not again! 2-2 has this level segment that can just fuck right off. You have this impossible jump that you cannot clear, but a pipe that is off to the side and above you, so you know what you have to do? Yeah, that's right. Jump around for about, like, God knows how long until you find the 2 hidden blocks and use them to jump onto the pipe and over the pit. There's no hint. Nothing to indicate that those are there. Just fuck you. Really? Hammer Bros this early? Come on. 3-1 has this green spring at the end that launches Mario into orbit, and yes, you can actually use it to go past the flagpole. Oh, that's cool, that's cool! Oh, it looks like there's something over here. Oh, I can't wait to see what it is, and it's... what is this? Oh. So that's the game we're playing. Alright. Fine. Underwater levels make their return here, and they're just as they were in the first game. It's here that I actually got a game over, which fortunately isn't as punishing as it was in the first game. When you get a game over, you get the ability to continue at the start of the world you died in, which, yeah, you could do that in the first game, but that was with a cheat code. This is actually just hard-coded into the game. It's neat, I suppose, but given the overall difficulty of this game, I feel it isn't enough. The World 3 castle is this maze castle where you actually have to pick the right path in order to progress, and you know what? No, screw this. I'm looking up the level map. Uh-huh. I see. I swear I've done that path. Forget it. I'm running out of time. I didn't feel the need to mention this in the first game because I straight up never encountered it, but you do have a timer on these levels, and this is the only time where it went below 100 time remaining for me. World 4 introduces red piranha plants, and they're just a more aggressive version of their green cousins. They'll emerge from a pipe even if Mario's standing next to it, but they still won't if he's on top of it. Okay, how do I get over this pipe? Wait a minute, do I need to jump off of one of the bullet bills? Okay, just 1 second. Is using the rewind feature cheating? Yes, but fuck you and kiss my ass, I've beaten this game on real hardware. I've earned the right, damn it. Alright, World 4 is done. That's half of the main game over with. Why isn't it loading? Did it crash? What's going on here? Oh, okay, it loaded. That was weird. World 5 introduces a new stage hazard to the game. Wind! It doesn't do much other than just push Mario forward a bit, but really it isn't bad until later on when tighter platforming is needed, and what the fuck? What the fuck happened here? What? It's a wall! How do I even This is some Mario Maker shit, and I mean shit. I would know, because I've done this in Mario Maker for troll levels. But at least when I did it, I had the common courtesy to give players coins to know where the hidden blocks were. Imagine for a second, if you would, that you're a Japanese kid playing this game after getting it for, I don't know, your birthday or something. And you get to this. I'd rip the game out of the Famicom and throw it in the trash! Oh, thank Christ, normal warp zones exist in this game. I didn't take it, but at the very least you know it's there. God, I have memories of 5-3. I'll save you some time and tell you how to beat it. The level keeps wrapping, so you'll need to find a pipe to enter in order to progress. Which just so happens to be this one at the very beginning. Bounce off of these two Koopas and get out of here. Okay, World 6. I spent way too long trying to reach this pipe and just gave up. Also, the wind here is starting to get on my nerves. The World 6 castle is another maze, and a very pleasant fuck you to whoever put this hammer brother here. It's also here, like in the first game, where Bowser will start throwing hammers as a part of his attack set. God, this wind sucks. Oh, cool, I didn't even mean to get up here, but whatever. Let's go to the bonus zone and... I'm not even safe in these anymore. God, the people who made this game are assholes. Like, seriously, who would... Wait a minute, is that Hammer Brother coming... Oh shit. Okay, so starting in World 7, all Hammer Brothers will begin approaching Mario while also throwing their hammers. Like, great. As if I didn't already hate dealing with these guys in the first place, and now they're approaching me to beat the shit out of me, and I don't want them to come as close as they want. They at least act normal when you pass them, so... I mean, at least they don't keep chasing you to the ends of the earth. Fire bars in the overworld? Why is the Lakitu flying so low? Why? What is this shit? Why? Dang, this Koopa is showing me his moonwalking skills. Good goddamn. 7-3 is neat at first. You use these super bouncy springs to launch Mario into the stratosphere, and have to maneuver over these large bottomless pits to safety. Just one problem. The wind. Do I even need to explain why that is a problem? You guys want to see something funny? Classic. Huh. Neat. Oh yes, a super mushroom and... I don't feel anything anymore. Oh, come on. What is this? A hop across 3 Paracoopas over a pit? You don't even get extra height when bouncing off of enemies by holding A like you do in future games, so good luck with that, and dishonorable mention to this shit-ass of a jump. Oh, you want to see something special? You see this little setup here in 8-2? Well, guess what? This level loops, and you need to bounce off of this Paracoopa in order to hit this block that spawns a vine to progress and reach the end of the level. It's so dickheaded. Why is this game's levels designed to be this way? This isn't hard, this isn't fun. I feel like I'm being punished for not knowing that that's there. There is little to no fun with these levels. Either I get it right or I die and I'm sent back to the beginning of the world if I lose all of my lives, which makes it all the more frustrating. For the record, I play Dark Souls games and whatnot, and very rarely in those games do I feel that the challenge being offered to me is bullshit. If I die, most of the time, I feel that it is my fault. Well, I ain't feeling that here, so clearly something's wrong with this. 8-3 lulls you into a fake sense of security. It's pretty easy even when the Hammer Bros show up, but then the game just... It's horseshit. 8-4 is a pipe maze like how it was in the first game, so just figure out which pipes lead where and good luck. Towards the end of the level, you'll be introduced to Bowser's brother. Yes, this is a character, and yes, this is the only game he appears in as far as my knowledge. Just get past him, get to Bowser, drop Bowser into lava, and rescue these... doors. Nah, the screen cuts to black, and you'll have rescued the princess once again with this new rendition of the Game Clear theme from the first game, which apparently is how Koji Kondo wanted it to be in the first game, but couldn't fit the whole song due to memory limitations. Now, if this were the first game, that would be it, but Lost Levels actually has a sizable amount of post-game content. World 9 is a challenge world where you only have one life, and that's it to beat it. These levels are kind of easy though, like, yeah, it's nerve-wracking that you only have one life, but they're all these underwater ground level hybrids? I do love the palette choice for them though, it gives off this very vaporwave aesthetic. 9-3 is an interesting level. It's an overworld castle hybrid with no enemies except this Bowser towards the end that you can just ignore and touch the flagpole to advance. 9-4 has these blocks arranged in Japanese that translate to thank you. Yeah, thank you too, I guess. From here, the world will just loop endlessly until you die, in which you're sent back to the title screen. You'll also get an additional star added to the title screen menu. Yeah, this is neat. These mark how many times you've beaten the game, and also act as the key for the rest of the post-game content. In the original Famicom version, you had to beat the game 8 times to unlock worlds A, B, C, and D. I can't imagine beating this game more than once, and I've done it 4 times now! Well, fuck that. Ladies and gentlemen, Super Mario All-Stars. The All-Stars port of this game made several changes that, for me, make it the best way to experience lost levels. Firstly, when you get a game over, you get sent back to the beginning of the level you died in, thank God. World 9 is no longer constrained to 1 life, and after beating World 9, you get sent straight to World A. I'll go more into All-Stars at a later date, along with Super Mario Bros. Deluxe, but that'll be a while. World A might as well just be World 15 because it's just as difficult as you would expect a World 15 to be. World B is more or less the same, World C has the same bullshit level design as the rest of the game, and lastly, World D just sucks D. Look, I'm sorry that I don't have much else to say about World's ass and dick, but honestly, I was ready to be done with this game after World 5. I think it's safe to say that you can skip this one. Only play it, and I mean only play it, if you just want to see how atrocious this game's level design can get. I can at least say that I'm glad to have played it for the sake of it, but other than that, the only chance I'll ever touch this game again is if I make a Let's Play channel or something. And you know what? From what I've heard over the years, the game wasn't received as well in Japan, despite being one of the Famicom Disk System's best-selling games. The common complaint was that it felt more like an expansion pack rather than a sequel, which clearly resonated with Nintendo's developers, as the next game in the series is remembered much more fondly. Before that, though, we got the other Super Mario Bros. 2 to talk about, so I hope you'll join me for that when the time comes. Until then, though, I'm CeeCee. Have a great fucking day or night. Peace.